Sage Forsaken here. Today is another look at the final faction. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the stores. We're going to talk about this new promo they have up on Instagram. And I got a couple screen grabs from that. So, we're going to talk about the store first, though. So, one of my local stores did have some final faction figures. This was more in the country. So, I hadn't been wiped out completely. There was one ACRM and a bunch of Shift. They were all the old style Shift. I don't know if someone went through and got the newer style or if they just didn't do a restock at this store to get the newer style. Like I said, this is one that was kind of in the country. But, you know, the thing to keep in mind is that since all the new accessory packs that they've announced are for the older figures, you still want to make sure you have good enough of the older figures, at least one or two sets of the older figures, so that you can, use the accessory packs that come with those figures. And, that's just me personally. I like to have extra anyway. They're only $1. So I'm not saying I would buy the whole store out, but, try to find some. The promo that they put out on Instagram, it's actually just kind of like a, here's all the characters, the episode 2 is coming out soon type promo. And, they got Steadfast and Shift and Ruck and all the gang you would expect to see. And in this one, they do show Scope. And, in the artwork we've seen for Scope, he's always wearing the red and black. In fact, even the pictures they've got on the Instagram of him hanging out in the, and with the other guys, getting sodas and all sorts of stuff and jumping ATVs and all sorts of stuff. He's always wearing the red and black. But in this promo, he's wearing the Arctic Camo. He's wearing a white and gray look. And, even his gun is a white and black and gray type look. Very Stormtrooper looking armor there. Now, this does not mean that the version 1 will be Arctic Camo. In fact, just to be sure, because they could have easily changed this without telling us, they could have said, we'll put him out as Arctic Camo since episode 2 is Arctic Camo. So I reached out to the people at the Instagram and the Final Faction people, and they let me know for sure that, hey, he will be out in the black and red when he first comes out. Version 1 of Scope will be in black and red. That this was just the promo for that episode, and that he was wearing the Arctic Camo for that episode. This does bring up, though, that since they're making these accessory packs, there's no reason they couldn't put out other versions of the version 1 figures, to kind of change it up and keep people buying these figures. You could easily see a Ruck in an Arctic Camo or something of that nature. You never know. So keep that in mind. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and pour on the plastic, my fellow sages.